Hello. Now, I have been accused by various people of being a fucked pig cunt idiot, a fucking cunt that should be shoved down the toilet, a fucking moron, oh, that's the recent one in Elgin Town Square, right, and various other extremities. So everything I say here is what I've been told I am. Got it? So, complain. This is going to be a Cosmic Humour 18 plus. You should have a moron with you. If you haven't, you can't really complain. You have been given a 20-second warning. This cunt is about to blow his stack. You don't want to be around when this cunt blows his stack because he's had a lot of shit said to him. Get it? The more abuse someone's had put onto them, and then when they open the fucking doors, you don't want to be in the way of that. I've heard reports of supernatural volumes being ejected from such an individual. People's minds been blown wide apart. Something similar happened, I believe, in Elgin, but you better ask them. I called down the angelic kingdom. Now, it said Jesus never did this. It said that if he did this, he wouldn't have been crucified. Right? I think they're wrong. Because I've just called down the angelic kingdom, and I did it in the spirit. That means I did it in love. I did it to protect those that are slandering me, are ridiculing me, etc., etc. Why? The karma people incur when they actually do, if you like, admit filth. I'm talking about just slanderous statements. I'll give you some examples. That cunt used to suck cocks of young boys. Not a very nice thing to say about someone. That cunt is a pervert. Never had sex with women and has only sex with young boys. Bit repetitive pattern there, isn't there? Right. That cunt is a drug dealer and an evil fuck from hell. Not a very nice thing to say about someone who's actually a servant of the light. That cunt should be put down. Oh dear, that's not the sort of thing you should be saying about someone. And if they're a servant of the light, such an individual would call down the angelic kingdom and would call that the power of the blood of Christ be administered to the whole of this area. Now, that could be Elgin, it could be Moray, whatever. I have called down the power of the blood. Now, I know as a priest that is fucking heavy. That means I've called down the ultimate weapon for good. When Christ shed his blood, that time and that instant can be actually called down. That's right. The past, the present, and the future are all one. So when someone like me, which I've just done in Elgin, call down the power of the blood because he's being subjected to so much shit, people are supposed to be helping me. Do you realise, I won't mention you, but you people who want your 700 pounds of flesh, that's left me skint for days. As for all the people that are looking upon me to provide them with their needs, I've been unable to do that. Now, this is all karma. Whatever you do and whatever actions you cause, you get it in the neck. I won't embarrass you and tell you who you are, but I've got to decline, love, because I'm moving in a very cutting, heavy word. Right. So, I am quite calm. I have learned that there are people out there that would want to section me and use the trumped up thing that he can't control himself and he moves into anger. You won't see me angry again. In fact, you won't even see me again. What did Jesus do? He washed his hands of them. and I've just washed my hands of you. You are no longer going to receive any possible blessings that you may receive through me being in your country. Bobby, fuck all, you're saying again, another abuse. You don't understand the most basic things of spiritual reality. I am going to take my money, which is mine. I reiterate, because there's been attempts, people have got the arrogance to start allocating my winnings. Oh yeah, you're the goddaughter, you should have 50%. What the fuck? That money is given to me. Goddaughters are not and have not any claim on my estate. People that I may have suggested that we get married have no claims. There's only one woman, and I make that clear to all you women. Sorry, Jap, one woman I'm now clearly being told to marry, and that's Om. Why? She stood by me in thick and thin. Why? She never made demands on me. She was poor. She'd go and work with her mother on a rice farm. Get it? She wouldn't come back to me and start hustling me. Oh, ploy is okay. Ploy, I took a vow as a godfather. I will see ploy, and I will assess again how much I want to help her. If she's lost the plot, and then as a good godfather, I'll read the riot act to her and say, sorry, love, this is not on, but I will help you, Ploy, if you get to see this, set up a cat farm, because that's what you need to do, love. Not fill your house full of cats, and then you can't pay your electric bill, and it goes on and on and on, because you're dedicated and you love your cats. That's honourable, but you've got to do the right thing. Well, I'm in the position to help you do that. We'll set you up as a charity. The Ploy Put-a-Cat, make it personal. The Ploy Put-a-Cats. I like that, yeah, Put-a-Cats. And I would love to assist you in this. As being your godfather, I'm a free man now. I've just released myself from any karmic bonds. It's called cutting the ties that bind. So all you people of my past, you've missed the boat. That's right. And I used to be your friend. Where? I know you're not. Where were you when I've just spent 2 years of depression? Where were you when I needed company? Where were you when I needed to be treated in hospital? Where were you? The list goes on. And this is straight out of the Bible. This is exactly what Jesus went through. Yes, that's right. Everything I've just told you now is scriptural. Yeah. It said Jesus will say to the Roman Catholic Church, I know you not. You are not of me. The Pope system was not of me. Mary Magdalene was my true closest disciple, and anyone who's got any connections with Mary Magdalene has claim to my estate in the Vatican. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm just a Christed being. I could do a radio interview and go into a lot more depth on that if someone was interested. But if you're not really interested, because that's what I'm meaning about washing my hands of you, you don't want to know the truth. You'd rather live in your lies and deception. What did Pontius Pilate do? He was being pushed into doing something which he didn't really want to do. So he washed his hands of it. That means I free myself from any karmic connections that may eventuate from me putting this man on a cross. Why? Because you, the people, not Pontius Pilate, put Jesus on the cross. You, whoever that you was, had a choice to let Jesus go. And you chose Barabbas. That's in the scripture. No, I'm not going to point fingers. We all did that. And we've all got to now pay the price. I mean, I can't speak for all the other members of the hierarchy. I'm me. And I know I'm quite a patient man. But I cannot stay in this country where people despise and reject me and treat me like shit. I've just had it today. It's my right to go into a post office and request that the money I paid was a mistake. I don't have to read a whole fucking 6-volume book, why, and be interrogated. It was a mistake, and it was a mistake. Because when I initially was told about these winnings, I was given 3 options, and as God is my witness. One option, fly to the United States of America and pick it up. Well, I didn't want that because I'm not into glamour. They probably didn't expect me to take that response. Have the winnings sent to you as cash. Well, I didn't want that either. What the hell am I going to do with $500 in cash? What would anyone do with any sense? You'd have it put straight into your bank account. You'd have it wired. And I requested it be wired. And that's why I got super hyped up angry. No one had explained to me why I've got to pay. Then I think it was just $500, but I paid it to have the thing wired. I even rang banks up. And they said figures like $7.50 to wire it. There's no risk in wiring money. There's risk in sending it. It's a publicity stunt. Obviously, when Facebook makes its mind up to officially announce this, because they've been playing along the public, they've been playing along me. 1 minute I was told point blank, I haven't won anything. And yet I've now been under constant negotiations with a lady, Kate Tim, who I've got all on thing and file. Yeah, I've won the money, but I've still got to pay this $1,500 or whatever it is, money. I've just said to Kate Tim as a last thing, can you explain to me who it was? I know who it was, but who decided that I should have my money as they think they'd like it to be. If we go to a court of law, I don't care how many lawyers you've got, mate. I clearly stated I wanted it wired. Now, if you want to disregard the winner's requests, I would say, well, you've got no right to demand money from me. You pay for it then. You want it sent in bulk because I don't. And I made that quite clear. Why? Because I could see what's happened has happened. I have been without pennies to my name for days. I've got people who depend upon me to send them money and I can't. I'm reduced to selling my personal belongings, which for some reason people won't buy, even at ridiculous rip-off prices. I went all the way to Aberdeen to one of the biggest music shops in the area. And I'm not getting paranoid. This wasn't just me. That is the way society is. Quote, there's no cash. People have been stripped to their knees. Get it? Now this is for you, Conservative Party leader. And I'm talking about the Scottish Conservative Party leader as well. Right? Things aren't right, lovies. The people are suffering. The people haven't got money. The people are being ripped off of their benefits, as I was about to be done. I'm a man hobbling around on a stick with ulcers. I've got hundreds of witnesses to that. Every bus driver that I've been on, I have to struggle to get up the steps. And yet still, they can't make a decision to put me on higher rate mobility so I can get a car. That's all I want. I give them back the money. It's a beautiful government scheme, and I just want a nice little car so that I can see my friends and live my retirement in Scotland, such as it is, in peace. get away from all these assholes here. I probably will move out of Laird. Nice, friendly place it's been, you know, people gossiping and slandering me behind my back. Rad. The police force, rad, illegally entering my property. Rad. The fire brigade, illegally searching my property. Rad. The police force took away hundreds of pounds worth of my property, which was totally legal, and it's been destroyed. Well, that's theft. I'm due compensation. And it's all on your files. You'll have how many tubs of the cactus powder. Admittedly, that's the most expensive item that you took. The salvia d'avoine was really cheap. It was just packed in plastic tubes, which any idiot looking at it can say, oh, this is nothing like cannabis. It looks like a dock leaf, right? And then when they saw the cactus powder, perfectly had marked on it. Used as incense, totally legal, got a license issued from South America, a legal imported substance, cactus powder, right? Incense powder, but from cactus. Now, I'd like compensation back because this is my final video. I know I've often said that. This is it. I don't want anything to do with you anymore. Well, that's 3 times. I think 3 times and you're out. Right out. Any protection you had from my angels, I say they're mine, but the angelic kingdom, they've got the freedom to follow and go with who they wish. And they can see things that we humans can't. They can see a Lifebringer a mile away. His aura. They don't need to ask him questions. He has earned that right. He is a beacon of light amongst the darkness. And whether your angel's connected with the Findorn Foundation or wherever you are, you ain't going to hang around. And if anyone in the foundation has been part of this lies, deceit, deliberately telling people to put them off from getting healing from me, all the rest of it, right? Findorn Foundation. Yeah. I've often said the place is special, but the people are shit. And I've said that many times. No wonder I get thrown out of cafes, but illegally. The cafe, let's get this clear once and for all. Public money was lent. Whether we, the people, were consulted about it is a different matter, but public money was lent, given to the Findorn Foundation to build the Universal Hall. And part of that agreement was that we, the public, should have access to it. It wasn't going to just be used for their little workshops and shit like that. We, the public, should be allowed access to that. Well, as far as I can see, there isn't many public left. Because the way I was treated put enough people off. Arrested, handcuffed, in pain, and everyone just sat there like a load of stuffed dummies. Oh, what's going on? And I was crying out, help, help. Did someone come and join me and say, well, I'm a lawyer, Graham. I'm going to assist you to the police and make sure you're treated fine. Oh, I'm a psychiatrist, Graham. Hi, Cornelia, rare. And I'm going to protect your psychological rights. I'm going to come with you now because I don't like the way you've just been treated. Why didn't you assist, Cornelia? Why have you ignored the email attempts that I've made to re-refriend you? I thought you were genuine. That's you off the list, love. Courtney Young? Oh, yeah. I know a dipshit when I see one. You have nothing to do with me. You have no authority over me. Maury social work. You've just been excommunicated. Oh, I've got enough on you to have you put behind bars. Oh, yeah. Breach of confidence. The amount of people that came to me whilst I ran Shamanic Studios and have told me blatantly that their confidence and confidentiality, should I say, has been breached. That's a sackable offence. Sackable. How are you doing, Mrs. Fowler? That's you off the hook. Oh, yeah. What's it feel like? Your angels have just left you. You don't even need to believe in angels to know the effect of that. A prophecy. We'll end on a prophecy, shall we? Right, I have got the gift of prophecy. Sorry about that. That's in my ministries of ministries. And I, as a person that has been given that, owe it to the people that gave me that right to exercise it. I prophesy that there's going to be a very large percentage of people that are going to go insane within Murray. They are going to have unexpected, unexplainable breakdowns. Going to go into the depths of paranoia. Are going to go where they've never been before. And there's not going to be many people here to help them, because it's the very people that are supposedly offering people psychiatric help. You're top of the list. Oh, I've got to go to wee. I do make sure, right, I'm doing it now. I see exactly what people see now. Nice t-shirt, isn't it? It's not actually a Hell's Angel t-shirt, but is it? It has a knighted being with wings. It's the latest actual video game. A lot of these games are divinely inspired. That's right. I think it's fantastic artwork. It looks like he's a prince, but he's got wings. He's a knighted one, and he carries a sword, unlike me. So he is. Oh, I've got my goddaughter, and it's a bit late for her. Yeah, meet her. Well, I can just. Well, what have I told anyone? Although she's my goddaughter, you should be here. Yeah, that's the first place you should look. You want to speak to me urgently, and yet I don't seem to be responding. See, she's probably in quite a state. I'm very sorry, Matty, but you unfortunately have had your head mucked about with. There were people trying to feed you because you're pretty naive, and were trying to tell you what you should do with my money. Just a legal thing. Oh, I do love you. Don't get me wrong, and I do want to help. Right, have you asked Neil Young for the concert? Now, had you listened to my advice, you've got far more chance of Neil Young singing for you in a concert than all this other dribble that's being put into your head. Oh, he owes you 40%. I don't know you fuck all, Marty. These people are filth. They're not your friends. They're trying to manipulate you, but I know the law. You are not my daughter. Physically, I adopted you as a goddaughter, but that doesn't give you any rights to any my money or my fortune. If I die tomorrow and you're not in the will, you won't get a penny. That goes to all of you. That's right. There's only one person who I love and who has treated me right. And I can't even pronounce her name. That's Om. Because what does Om mean? She's the primal sound. She is the one. Our poet is Om. Sorry, all the other you were good attempts, and I probably could if I went down that road, but I'm not. The temptation was there. Well, I could have 8 wives. Doesn't matter that they're not really all compatible. Doesn't matter that some of them just see you as an ATM machine. It fucking well does. Yeah, there's your answer. I am not going to be used by you to go and show off to your sexual partners. Can we borrow the Highlander, Graham? Got you sussed. When I had my little hire car, what happened? I was out in some little pokey room working on my computer work then. You were inside sucking this bloke's cock. And then you and him got it together. Well, he's a bit of a dipshit, isn't he? Let's fucking ask him to borrow his car and we can fuck off and have a really good time. Yeah. I said no. Unusual for me. Because I could see through it. And if this guy wants to have a car, he fucking pays it like I do. Yeah, cheeky cunt. You go down to a car hire and hire, if you genuinely want to give Gap a treat, which is what he's implying, then you cough up, mate. And if you don't, fuck off. Anyway, I don't know who he is or anything, but just shit. So, you're the one. And if you still have me, I'll come and live with you on your mother's farm if that's what you want. I'll have a car. Your daughter, I offered her a job as a chauffeur. It's up to her. One of the nicest cars you ever drive, lady. I know you love vehicles. Oh, it's just incredible machine. And safety. It's not speed. It's got a 3.5 litre engine, but it's a hybrid. So it's not a lot, but it'll do 8 to nearly 10 miles per gallon more than a conventional, if you like, engine car. And you've got the power and the traction, 4-wheel drive. You've got 8 seats. They can all be folded down and you've got more than enough area to sleep in. You get a double mattress or an inflatable mattress. Think about it. Just the sort of vehicle I fantasize about, to get away from it all. Me and my true love, and we just go off into the mountains. We've got a bed with us. We could even have a generator. See, I know all about these things. We get a generator. And we can create our own electricity to run a TV or whatever. They don't use a lot of electrics. We have sound and heating. And it's just a little thing like this. 1,000-watt thing. Very quiet. It's what ice cream people use. You'll hear it just going blah, 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 blah. Hardly know it's there. But it generates enough electric for all the fridges and all the rest of it. Air conditioning. Oh yeah, the car's got air conditioning. We can just turn it over to generator. Stop the engine. Some people leave the engine running, but we don't even need to do that. And it's it's got its own alarm system. I can also get its own garage. It's like a thing that you just put an umbrella you put on the roof. But it's really state-of-the-art design, and it will protect the car. So we can literally park up on a lock of a river, an edge of a lock. It wouldn't be called a lock. So me and you are going to make our last years together some of those glorious years anyone's ever had. Wherever you want to go on, you can now go. And I know you've had a desire. So you start making preparations to get a passport. That's all. I mean, obviously you need money, but that's, you will want that. I will be able to walk into any Thai office with the money I've got and get a 10-year visa. Oh yeah. But I'm happy just to get a year one. That just means once a year it's reviewed. And as long as we've got money in that bank account to last a year, we're laughing. But then I'm not going to sit on my arse on. So I've given this sort of hold on, Graham. I love to travel, yes. It's only early. I can hear them moving next door. It's 11:30, right. But I can be a comedian. I am a comedian. And it is fucking hilarious. So you see, I've got over nearly 100 videos on YouTube. Now, all this is work that people, female agents, get it, booking agents can take with them and say, well, this is Graham Clark. If you don't think it's funny, you don't want to book him. If you do, I assure you, he'll bring the house down and more besides. Nothing is sacred to Mr. Clark. You can ask him, well, we don't really want you to talk about the Pope, or we really do want you to have a go at the Pope. You'll get your money's worth. I boldly go where no one's gone before because I know the truth. Mary Magdalene is the founder and was the founder of the new Christian faith. Not St. Peter, not all those bunch of cunts. Yeah, I can call them that, because that's what they were. They knew full well that Mary was far more in tune with what Jesus was about than they were. Where were they at the crucifixion? Where were they at the base of the cross? And where were they when Mary did come back and say he has risen? Well, we don't care if he has. That's it. We don't care if he has. We wanted him to slaughter the Roman Empire, and he's left that cause and has clearly indicated that wasn't what he'd do. So we don't give a shit. And then someone corrupted him and said, well, hold on, no, we can milk this. There's all these people, and they want a leader, just what Jesus said, come to set them free from. And then we have all the conferences that have taken place, how the Christian scriptures have been doctored. Now, this isn't hidden. It's known. But people have become so high, Matty. See, that's it. I'm fine, can't you see? If ever you need to speak to me, day, night or thing, but you see your little light, if you have that, saying I'm online, you check out here. But there could be other things. I go into a retreat, Matty, music, but I still keep in contact. So I go on to YouTube page, and there's a load of brilliant recordings of live, get it, musicians and bands. So it's not a studio thing, and you get all the atmosphere, you know, these big hundreds of thousands. It's brilliant. And I just let off steam there. But every now and then I'll click on it, and it'll tell people on Facebook, that's where I am. Graham's just downloaded whatever it is. And people know where I am. I'm safe. I haven't got off and killed myself. Nearly had. Right, keep you up to date, Matty. I've just washed my hands of Scotland. I might still keep my meditation bolt hole. I don't need to worry about benefits. I'm legally entitled to disability benefits. They're not mean tested. I'm saying this to the help of those. That's right, motherfuck social workers, not mean tested. And I have clearly got an injured leg, and I clearly am entitled to the maximum component of mobility. And I'm also entitled to back pay. And I've got the time, the inclination to fight it for the benefit of all those other people that have been ripped off. That's right, my condition, from ever that report was issued, the World Health Report, I've got every equal right, and I can wait. After all, I'm not hard up for cash now. You take your time. And the more time you take, the more public will make their mind. We've got to sack these useless bunch of cunts. Yeah, they've really fucking done the mentally ill people hard by. Yeah, the so-called nursing staff. Hello, butcher man, how you doing? Better start looking for another job. I've got my eyes on you. Now, he's nicknamed the Butcher, and he's within Moray Council. And his whole sole function of existence was to cut back services for mentally ill people. And the more he could do that and lower the budget, he got a bonus. That's not right. So he's getting paid to deprive people of services they're entitled to by cutting back their allocation, like my charity was cut back. 15,000 a year? I just claimed expenses. I didn't get a salary. If I claimed a salary, the sort of skilled sound engineer I am, 20, 25 quid an hour, and the rest, I never got a penny. I got my petrol money, and still these idiots, hello Mrs. Fowler, idiots, and the rest of you decided to cut my project, when in fact they'd just been awarded a decision against them by the Ombudsman. Never heard of. A mentally ill person takes them to court and says that they didn't give him money that he should have been entitled to, so they're not able to follow their own guidelines. Then we go into the World Health Organization. Well, they're not alone in that, but it doesn't mean it's got to start somewhere. If we, the mentally ill, are going to gain our rights, we've got to stand up for our rights, quote Bob Dylan. stand up, stand up, stand up for your rights. And that's what you've got to do. And that means you take this report and say, excuse me, according to this report, I'm a quadrupedic or as disabled as a quadrupedic. Yeah. And how come all these people who are in wheelchairs and far less disabled than me have access to facilities that I don't? I think we need to sling a few people out and get to that extreme. Never mind all these people with people in wheelchairs and relatives. We're not going to allow that. You fucking will have to. Because the law of the land says that we are more disabled than they are, and whoever's authorising and allowing that to happen needs to be sacked, booted out on their arse, retrained, because they don't know their job. And as you people in wheelchairs, I'm very sorry. But you see, you did make a decision. You were granted an opportunity to fare things out. And you said, quote, I was there, couldn't believe my ears. Well, no, people with psychiatric disabilities have got different needs to what we have. What a load of cunt shit. Repeat. What a load of cunt shit. Repeat. What a load of cunt shit. Someone with a psychological disorder needs companionship, would like a nice warm meal cooked for them once in a while because they don't feel up to cooking it themselves. All the nice facilities you have at the Murray Resource Centre, we've got far more right to access that than you. Some of you can work. Because you're in a wheelchair doesn't mean you can't work. Loads of office jobs, people in wheelchairs. As you often said, it's fucking wheelchair fucking mania up here. There's about 6 cunts to every one person who isn't. That's why they end up getting dope. No, it's a good dosh, council work, administration, and a case of too many chiefs and not enough Indians. And that's going to happen. The cutbacks that are going to suddenly come upon you, the working class, are just mind-fucked. The BBC will, prophecy, the BBC will be cut down. I don't give a shit how many people, we're members. Fuck off. Literally, fuck off. What is he, you god or something? Just a wanker that puts the fucking records on and talks a load of shit. I've got that pop star coming next way. Where? Most of us don't give a fuck about what pop star's fucking another pop star. We think it's pathetic. That's not news. I want to hear about things that are happening in the countries that are suffering. Like the Philippines. You heard of them, have you? They've just been exposed to very nasty weather conditions. And my little goddaughter, Matty, when she gets her act together, Matty, is going to ask Neil Young to do a benefit concert. And you can do that through your contacts, Matty. Right? The lady, right? She'll help you. You've only got to ask. Do you know how I can get in contact with Neil Young, please? Oh, yes, I do. He's an American citizen. Right, see, hearts are going up. He will say yes, Matty. I'm not saying he'll do it next week because he's got commitments, but he only plays for fucking charity. He's not like these other cunt idiot pop stars. He's not part of that world at all. Check out the videos of Neil Young. Farmers Aid. What the fuck's that? All the farmers are having a hard time because of government's restrictions. So they do a fucking benefit concert to help the farmers. Really? No, we haven't had anything like that here. Oh my God. Yeah, look at the hearts coming up now. So get your butt into gear. Phone up your little new friend. She loves you, Matty. I keep telling you that. You can't see. She is very impressed with you, Matty. And I'm sure she'll bend over backwards to help you. You just need to ask her. She will then ask someone else and say, I've got this lovely lady from the Philippines who wants to try and help other people in the Philippines. And she's suggesting that perhaps Neil would like to do a benefit concert. He might even come to the Philippines and do it, but they'd have to get the government's approval. But he doesn't have to do that. You can do it in America and do it anywhere. It just will be known as, because they've done it before. We had a Japan thing, similar thing. Japan had weather-free. Well, this is the Philippines thing, and it's by Matty, a bona fide Filipino person who's living under the threat and conditions of these volcanic eruptions and storms, and who's got a nice little family of 6 or 7 kids to win the hearts of people. Yeah, it's children that open the door, Matty. You stick your little kid with his deformed ears on a, which I've already done, on an appeal, and they get the money. Neil Young, he'll open his heart. It's already open anyway. Of course he'd do it, space willing, because he's already booked up doing other things. But he's not going to say no, Matty. And you've just got to get over this shyness, right? And you've got a friend, this piece of piss, you ring her up and share your heart with her. Graham's asked me to contact Neil Young. What do you think about that? She's not going to tell you it's a load of bollocks. You can say, yes, that's a brilliant idea. Neil Young can bloody earn millions for you. Really get your project off the ground. Bring attention to it. The media, these poor people. And as for your president, yeah, if something like this takes hold, which it will, he'll have to rethink his policies about shooting marijuana distributors, because they're not drug dealers. Of course they've armed themselves, wouldn't you? Soldiers start coming into your space and killing you indiscriminately. I think we better get armed up, Wilma, or else we're going to be fucking dog meat. And so they did. They're not violent people. They're just defending themselves. Well, I looked up, I'm not an hour. So I've covered quite a bit of ground. I have intended, I will be sending, I can say that, although I've been told I can't talk about it. I'll just say that I am sending £700 to the Facebook lottery, whatever they want to call themselves, fund. And this is towards fees that have been decreed by them. They worked all this out, right? And then £500,000 is supposed to be released to me. And this is right up to date. We're talking days away. So this isn't me stirring it up. It's saying in a few days' time, or Friday, the money's supposed to be on its way. I have contested one thing. I can do it again now. I feel it'd be a lot better, more effective way of getting that money to me is just wire it. Doesn't need to be put into a bag as cash. Well, you all know what that's going to do. It's just an excuse for the media to come and take photographs and, you know, and what you're going to do with it. Well, I'm just going to wipe my arse with it, actually. Or, some people did. Fuck it, I'm so sick of all this unnecessary thing. I'm going to fucking burn it right now, publicly. Eh? I can do what the fuck I want. It's my money, excuse me. I'm just winding you up. Oh no, I've got things I want to do, but it isn't just go and fuck my wife and go off to the sunset and lead a self-indulgent life of fruit juices, sex, driving a fucking big car about and just going into the wilderness. Fucking incredible car. See, it's my car, the Highlander. It's for someone who's got a big family. It's for someone who wants to sleep in the car in comfort. Because you just put the seats down, you've got a lovely flat surface, you just get an airbed. You've got and it's air conditioned. You get a little generator that'll keep the air conditioning going for 8 or 9 hours, more than enough you ever need. Kids stuff. And you know the other thing that people like that do, they go to all-night 24-hour supermarkets and they can plot it ahead because they've got a sat-nav. And if they go out their way a few miles, it doesn't matter. They've got safe, secure place to park up to the night with lights and with food. Or I really fancy a fucking beef burger and chips or whatever it is. Oh, we go in there and we buy it fresh because they've all got hot food dispensaries. Magic, paradise on earth for me. Go where I want, when I want, sleep where I want, when I want, and just be free of all the bullshit which the media create. It's an imaginary world. If you live the real life that I've been living now for months, very rarely look at the news. And when I do it, well, I'm sure some of you have seen some of the outbursts I've given to so-called President Trump's attackees. What's it, the young turds, I think they're called. Yeah, they are a bunch of turds as well. And I pop in there and I just land on it. They know it's coming. Laird, Graham, Clark, Lifebringer. They shudder in their boots. What the fuck's this cunt going to say now? Because nothing is sacred to Laird, Graham, Clark, Lifebringer. And so I do start with a bomb dropper. Or I can be quite polite as a warm-up preamble. I appreciate the person's. I did that to this guy, and it's obviously it's all pre-written. I said, well, who helped you write this? The FBI, the CIA, or an organisation called the Illuminati, right? Which covers a whole bound of evil, right? And done the preamble. I'm sorry. Because that's another one. Anyone who can't be bothered to at least take a photograph for their identity on here, so giving a person at least some percent of, well, do I want this? Because they can suss in the spirit. Is this the sort of person I want to chat to now? No, it isn't. So you do. You follow your spirit. I think I'm nearly finished. No, I'm done now. So I can always stretch things out a bit more. Right, I'll end with this then. These are items I'm trying to sell because at this moment in time, I've no money. I've just £700 I've got to pay this new agent, and then there's going to be about 30 quid charges. It's going to leave me with next to nothing. That's why I'm complaining. If this money was wired as I asked it to be, that's the thing. I keep rubbing it in there. I requested right from word go that I wanted. You're given 3 options, right? 3 options. You can fly there and pick it up yourself, which will obviously be a massive publicity stunt. And an excuse for you to have, oh, it's good, isn't it? You get there, then you get your money and you can spend a fucking month, 2 months wallowing around in California, right? And all the free marijuana and all the bloody rest of it, like legal marijuana, have a whale of a time and then fly back. But I didn't go for that. Why? I didn't have 600 quid or whatever it cost for the airfare. They obviously just haven't met someone like me, the genuine article. Money passes through me like water. And I've now got, never mind just hustlers, I've got a family. I've got Matty. She's got 4 kids. That's quite a responsibility for a single man who's just had himself to stuff food down, doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, get it? And would have had petrol for the car. I didn't have to buy that. I don't have a car. Whew. It's a man. I'm going to answer, but I know what is coming. That's why I say I don't want men in my organisation. That's it. I'm looking for females who want to be part of my charity. Now, it's simple. There's only so many roles in a charity. You've got a chairperson. It's ended. Well, I didn't end it. Right, a treasurer, which means you're good with figures. Right? Anyway, you can do this. You can go online now. What are the minimal office bearers of a charity? Then you get things like which big famous people can do. You become I forget the time, but so you're not actually involved in the day-to-day running, but you're there and you are saying you condone and like what this organisation's doing. Patrons, there you go. Now, I'd have asked Mick Jagger and people like that to be patrons because they're doing their thing, but I'm afraid my recent assessment of some of you characters, you've gone right down the shithole. There's a whole series of articles of your material wealth, which is well more than you're ever going to need. Some of you are about to croak it anyway. For God's sake, some of you I'll give about 3 years, then you croak it. What are you going to do? Go back to, I've got to go to shit. Unusual excuse, but I am. So I'm going to end it because it's not good.